Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So like you can see, I'm doing a very glamorous cut crease today. And the first thing that I did was highlight my brow bone, and I used the White Lies eyeshadow by Makeup Geek. I'm using a MAC 242 brush, one of my favorite brushes. And now, like I always do when I create a cut crease, I'm going to create my crease line. And I'm using a black eyeshadow, and this one is Corrupt by Makeup Geek. And I'm using a eyeliner brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is my favorite brush to create my crease line with because it's very precise. It has a very small point at the edge. So I'm just creating a line where I want my crease to be. It's already a month ago since I did a vibrant crease, so it was about time. The last time I did this, I was doing a purple crease, and today I'm doing a blue-purple look, so I wanted to go for a blue crease because else it will just be boring by doing a purple crease again. Now I'm using Fresh Eyeshadow by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a very nice transition shade for whenever you go for a cool toned eyeshadow look. And I picked up a blue eyeshadow shade from the Morphe 35B eye palette. The rest of the eyeshadows are almost all from Makeup Geek, but I didn't own a light blue shade, so I had to grab the Morphe 35B eye palette because it contains a pretty blue eyeshadow shade. So I used this one to blend in my crease, and I used it very light-handed because it's not a very light blue shade. But if you go in with a tiny amount of it first, you can use it also as a light blue eyeshadow shade. The more product you use, the intenser the shade will be. So after this I will go in with the blue shade again to build up the color. So first I went back in with the Fresh Eyeshadow by Anastasia Beverly Hills, just to make sure that everything is well blended out. So now I'm going back in with that same blue shade, and now I'm using a Morphe M506 brush. So like you can see at the product on my brush, it's not a very light blue shade, but like I said before, if you go in with less products first, you can still use it as a light blue shade. And now since I'm using more product, it will get a little bit more dark. Now I'm using Makeup Geek Corrupt eyeshadow, the same black eyeshadow that I also used to create my crease line. Now I'm going back over the line that I created first to intensify it. So I'm going over the line to make it look less like a line. I know this sounds weird because I'm only intensifying the line right now, but at the end you will not see it as clear anymore as you see it now. Now I'm using a very dark blue eyeshadow from the Morphe 35B eye palette, and I'm applying it on top of the black line but also a little bit above it to kinda make the line less obvious by blending the shades towards my brow. It's very hard for me to explain this in English, so I really hope you understand. Now I'm going in with Makeup Geek Neptune eyeshadow. This is a very pretty vibrant blue eyeshadow shade, and I'm blending this on top of all the shades in my crease. Now that I'm done with my crease, I'm going to carve out the line right underneath it, so it will look way more clean and stuff. And I'm also going to apply this all over my eyelid to use it as a primer, and I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Now the first shade that I'm going to press on my eyelid is called Full Touch, not sure how to pronounce. It's by Makeup Geek. I'm using my favorite MAC 242 brush to press this at the beginning of my eyelid. The next shade is called Fantasy, also by Makeup Geek. I'm using that same MAC 242 brush and I'm pressing this right next to it. I'm also going a little bit on top of the other eyeshadow to make it melt into each other. Now I wanted it to be a little bit more blue, so I'm going to use the Poolside eyeshadow by Makeup Geek and I'm doing the exact same thing. Now I'm using the shade Neptune, same blue eyeshadow that I also blended in my crease. And this is just because I wanted that shade also to slightly show through on my eyelids. And I know I use a lot of eyeshadows in this video, but for a nice cut crease you just need a lot of shades. Now I'm using the shade Masquerade by Makeup Geek. This is a very pretty purple eyeshadow shade. And now I'm going to blend it out using Makeup Geek Carnival eyeshadow. I always find it hard to apply eyeshadows at the outer edge when I do a cut crease, so I just used it to softly blend it out. So now I'm going to apply some glitter on my eyelid, and I'm using the Certified Silver glitter. And to make it stick to my eyelid, I just used some lash glue. This was the first time using it, but it worked pretty well. And I know some of you might think, like, why did you apply all these eyeshadow shades on your eyelids and now you're going in with glitter and you won't see it anymore? Well, I'm not sure if this is true, but I think the shades that I just applied will slightly show through the glitter. So I just think this will give a very nice effect. Maybe I just did this for nothing, but I hope it's true. Now I'm going in with a different blue eyeshadow shade, and today I just wanted to do something different by creating a glitter ombre on my eyelids. And like you can see, it looks very pretty, and I will do this way more often. It's a lot of work. I'm not sure how long this video took me, but well, the end result is nice, so I don't care. And the last glitter shade that I'm using is again by Certify in the shade Mermaid. A very pretty purple glitter with a tiny amount of blue, which matches perfectly with this eye look. So I did my eyeliner off camera because I was really having a hard time by applying the eyeliner on top of the glitter, so I really needed some space. I'm using the Tarte double liner in my waterline, second time using it. And I'm using a very vibrant purple shade from the Morphe 35B eye palette again. And I'm only going to apply this halfway because I also wanted to apply some blue underneath my lower lash line. So now I'm going in with the Neptune eyeshadow again, and I'm applying it at the other side of my bottom lash line. I don't know how to call it. So I'm kind of softly blending those two shades into each other. And to finish it off, I also applied a little bit black eyeshadow to blend the lower eyeshadow shades into my eyeliner. I also created a pointy inner corner, but again I was having a hard time, so I'm only showing you a very tiny part. And this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I used my Anytude lashes in the style Sassy. You can get them at anytude.com. I will link everything in the description bar together with a discount code to get them. And yeah, I just hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what kind of videos you would like to see next. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!